Orissa, from the time immemorial, it is particularly land of tribals and the fishermen. If we'll go back to the 2061 BC, when Kalinga War was held, the Magadha Emperor attacked Kalinga, and then Kalinga was predominantly dominated by tribals and fishermen. And in the last 2,500 years, if you'll see today, there are 23% tribal population, and many districts of the southern part and the western part of Odisha and the northern part of Odisha is totally dominated by tribals. And tribals have fought a long battle. The biggest rebellion, the longest rebellion was the Kandha rebellion. It continued for 113 years during the British period. And after independence also 400 tribals were killed. Today, you see, after independence, tribals have fought. In Maikanch, there was firing, tribals have been killed. In Kalinganagar, 12 tribals were killed and their hands were chopped up. And there was also Niyamgiri, the hill, where for the bauxite mines, the Kandariya guns, they are fighting, and they went up to UK to protest before that steel mill stock exchange, British stock exchange. So, and you see the Posco area, and all these areas you see there is a struggle for the land, and the government is not able to take up the lands in the Posco area, for the Posco area in the Jagatsinghpur district. And if you'll see, now they want to give the Khandadhar waterfall, that is the biggest waterfall in the state, Orissa, and they want to give that mines to Posco company, but subsequently it was denied. So what we see, the Kisan Sabha, the Adivasi Adhikar Manch, and the Communist Party of India, Marxists, they have continuously struggled for the land rights of the tribals. It is not only the communists, there are other sections also. Some NGOs are also, and some tribal Somot, they are also fighting for their land rights. And in this period, on the last 17th, our party organized a day and night dharana before the state assembly, demanding the scrapping of this withdrawal of this land ordinance. So, what I like to tell that Orissa is still the land of tribals, and tribals are not giving it their land right, the forest land right, and tribals are most uneducated. You cannot find any richer tribals, you cannot find any big hotels by tribals, a big grocery shop by tribals, a big clothes shop by tribals. So tribals are mostly neglected, and they are now victims of the police. A lot of tribals are arrested by the police in the name of Maoists. We are now going to give a petition to the Human Rights Commission for the release of the tribals also. Those are detained illegally by the police and the border security force and the CRP. So what I like to tell that even after 67 years of 68 years of independence, the poor tribals have not got any right, because the left movement has not able to come up to defend the tribals' rights. And now, after the formation of the Adivasi Adhikar Manch, and the party took up the, CPIM took up the case of the tribals. Now we are building movement, and I am sure in the near future the tribals will be more organized, and we have to integrate the tribals and non-tribals. Not only tribals, the non-tribals who are defending the tribals, they are also to be coordinated. And I think Adivasi Adhikar Manch, which is emerging as a very powerful organization in Navarangur district a few months back, even police didn't allow our organization to hold a public meeting. So we have to intervene to the DGP, then to the IG. I made them personally. Then they gave the permission. The local police was not allowing, telling we were Maoists. So we have to hold the meeting. And the Nabarangpur districts, the small peasants, the Karangarh particularly, they are exploited like anything by the private land moneylenders. They have to give more than 100% interest when they are getting advance for their crop. So government is not coming to the rescue of the poor tribals and the poor peasants, tribal peasants. So in the area also, in the employment also, now because of the private sector is growing, whatever the reservation facility was there for the tribals, now that is being squeezed. And the contract workers, they are not also engaging tribals. So naturally, the public sector is going out of the scene in the industry sector. So tribals' employment opportunity, whatever it was there, now they are being reduced. So tribals now in a confronting position for their own life and battle. So we are sure that the CPIM will, after this Congress also, we have to chalk out a bigger plan to mobilize tribals in a broader issues, and we are sure we can take up their case and they will be successful.